Alright everybody, hello and welcome as always. I am Sean. This is In The Mix, episode 4 of our FM20 beta save with Atletico Madrid, and things are going really well. We're still sitting top of the division. I kind of forgot in the last episode, in La Liga it goes on your head-to-head record, and I think goals scored before it actually goes on your goal difference. So we don't have the best goal difference. Both Real Madrid and Barcelona are ahead of us in that respect, but we have a good head-to-head record with FC Barcelona, and we play Real Madrid today to kind of settle that one a little bit. Let's jump pretty much straight into it and go through our results from the previous episode where we played Real Sociedad 1-5-1 and Granada winning 4-0. We then beat RCD Mallorca 3-0. Excellent here. Alvaro Morata coming off the bench and getting his first goals of the season. We then beat Istanbul away from home. Always tough going to Turkey, but we got a 1-0 win through Saul. We did pepper their goal quite a bit and just couldn't get the breakthrough, but eventually it came late on. And then we lost our first game of the season, so our unbeaten record is over. Real Valladolid beat us 1-0 away from home. We absolutely peppered their goal throughout the course of this game. We just couldn't find the finish. So 24 shots, 6 on target. They had 3 and 1. A little bit FM'd, but in reality their goal was quite a good strike. And that brings us to today where we're going to play our first Madrid derby against Real Madrid and then a massive fixture against PSG in the Champions League. They're currently sitting third in the group, but you can see here like that one loss that they had to Benfica shows that they can be beaten and shows that we can get points against them and we can get to the top of the division if we need to. We're currently sitting in second, 1 win, 1 draw. 3 points in this game, you would think it would effectively guarantee we're going to finish in the top 2 spots, but anything can really happen with the way things are currently standing, and I would like to go top of the group. But more than enough from me, let's jump into the fixture against Madrid and go through the team. And this is the lineup that we're going with. We've got one injury concern, and it's at right wing back here. Trippier is currently injured. Vasalko is back in light training, but his rehab's going to take like 3 months, so he can't really play at the moment. So Grimaldo's playing on the right-hand side. He cannot do that position at all. He hates it, but we just need a body there, and he's got all the traits to actually complete the role. It's just that he's a left-footed player playing on the right-hand side. We're going to go with Hermoso, Savic, and Jimenez in as our back 3. Oblak in goal. Renan Lodi will play as the left wing back. Saul and Koke will be our midfield pairing as they have been all season. Vitolo's still on the right, Thomas Lamar's still out injured. João Felix will play on the left-hand side and Diego Costa up top. They are going with a 4-3-3, a little bit different to their usual 4-2-3-1. Couple of great players in here. Mendy has so far been their star player of the season that they picked up from Lyon this most recent off-season. Looks to be a decent-ish player. I didn't realise he was 24. I thought he was younger than that. They've signed Eder Militao as well, who was an absolute beast in last year's version of the game. I think when we played a #United series, he was like at Arsenal or Chelsea or someone and anchoring their midfield, but a solid wing-back option. He's going to play as the anchor in midfield. Modric and Cruz ahead of him. Hazard, the summer signing from Chelsea, and James is still there in the game, so he is continuing to play, and they've also frozen out Gareth Bale. Actually, I don't know if he's injured. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, he's got a bit of a knock, so he's still there. He's still amongst their best players, but he's not in the squad today, and Benzema will lead the line up top. Madrid derby, massive fixture, huge for the club. Passionately, we're going to say, go out there and give these fans their money's worth, and a few have responded positively. It's a home fixture. We want to get good points against them. And one of the things that I'm still not used to is the transition straight into the game, not seeing the kickoff highlight or the end game highlight. Again, I don't know if that's a bug. If that's a bug, put it in the comment section below because I'll report it. And hopefully we'll get to see that again once the full game's released. Goal kick here. Courtois to play it short to Sergio Ramos. Ball over the top for Mendy. Crossfield switch towards Adriozola. Just need to stand up, not do anything silly. Gets the ball across. Grimaldo should recover. Long ball over the top towards Diego Costa. Is he onside? Can he find the finish? He couldn't. Courtois did very well, but yeah, he looked offside when in the build-up to that. But they let it run for a long time. They've picked up 3 yellow cards in their back 4 already. Hermoso's picked up a bit of a knock, so it's all going on. We're just not seeing it. We're through 30 minutes, so we're going to use our Get Creative shout. And everyone seems inspired by that, which is good. And you can see, because the head-to-head record, if they get an away draw, they will go above us in the league. Hermoso with a throw in here to Saul. Crossfield switch was never really on. It pinballs around. Now to Modric. Militao. All the way back to Sergio Ramos. Now out to Mendy, who definitely is playing as a wing-back because he's always further forward than Vitolo. Adriozola now. Good tackle. Vitolo recovers the ball in a good area. Releases João Felix down the left. He steps inside, looks for Diego Costa in behind. The angle's not much for him to work with, and he can only put that one side netting. Just really needed to hold up play there. Didn't have to force the shot. Just wait for support. Head to the corner flag if you've got to. and we get through to half-time. We've had 4 shots, 1 on target, 43% of the ball. They've had 7, 2, and 57, but we haven't seen them have a strike on goal in any of the highlights. Passionately, let's say, media have given you a lot of credit lately, and let's also tell the attacking 3, you weren't that bad, but you can improve, or the attacking 2, I guess. And as we always do, we'll give it until the hour mark, and then we'll look at making some subs. Cruz with a corner in. It's headed back to him. Deep ball across. Saul gets it away. Militao tidies up. Now to Modric. Varane. We've recovered the ball in a good area. Grimaldo now. Looks for Diego Costa in behind. Can he find the finish? He's had a couple of one-on-ones. And that's one of the big things that I've been seeing on Twitter and in people's saves and whatever else. One-on-ones, you just don't finish them with enough regularity in the beta version of this game. It was João Felix there with a good strike. There was a man in the area, but he couldn't get a foot on it. Cruz now with a deep free kick towards Hazard, and thankfully he puts that one at the base of the post and out for a goal kick. Not well known for his ability out of the air, but he's nearly made us pay. Benzema's in a kind of nothing area, finds Cruz in the middle, back to Mendy. Worked a nice little triangle there. We recover the ball, but it's going to come back out to Sergio Ramos. Varane, back to Ramos, into Cruz. Overlapping run now from Mendy. Koke's getting through a lot of running there, just trying to close down the ball. Ramos back to Cruz, crossfield switch towards Adriozola, who makes a good overlapping run. Cuts it back to Modric. It's strike from distance, and Oblak does very well to keep that one out. Benzema was offside in the build-up to that one. We're nearly at the hour mark, so I think we might, after this highlight, go and have a look at some subs. Mendy now with the ball. Hazard, Cruz, they've definitely gone up a gear in the second half. Crossfield switch out to Odriozola. Need to get to Cruz a little bit quicker than we currently are. We've recovered the ball in a good area. João Felix looks for Diego Costa in behind again. He's brought down by Ramos, who's going to get a second yellow card. So they've gone down to 10 men. I've hiccuped. So it's all happening. Alright, what are we going to do here? I'm thinking maybe we take off the 2 guys that are struggling with injuries. We'll bring on Felipe for Hermoso. We'll take off Renan Lodi. We'll switch Grimaldo to the left-hand side. And we might bring on... We'll see if Robert can do it. He's a right winger, but maybe he could play as a complete wing back and not be too bad. But Vitola is struggling, so maybe we'll swap him, play him up front, and Vitola can play as a complete wing back. And then we're also going to go for it. Why not? We'll go to our attacking structure. It's a little bit more direct. It's a little bit more frantic in terms of the press, but they've only got 10 men, so hopefully we can use that man advantage to push through, and we're going to use our get creative shout as well. Felipe throw in to Diego Costa, to Grimaldo now, skips past one challenge, gives the ball up to Hazard though in a bad area, and the counter attack is on. He's gotten goal side on a couple of different players here, gets a strike away, and Oblak does very well from the angle to push it around the far post. So definitely still that danger on the counter attack. Cruz going to take the resulting corner, but we don't even see it. Alright, throw in here, 70th minute, forward to Diego Costa, back to Grimaldo again. To Koke, we can switch out the other side now to Vitolo. Can we pick the right ball in? Robert strikes from distance when he didn't really need to. Koke with a good tackle to recover from Benzema. Vitolo now. Crossfield switch towards Grimaldo. What can he deliver? Gets around to the byline. Adriozola with a good tackle. And Grimaldo chases him down and recovers very well. Saul looking for João Felix in behind, but it doesn't get to him. Grimaldo recovers again. Diego Costa with a flick on for Robert. Can he find the finish? It's Robert with his first goal for the season and his first goal for the club. Our summer signing from Real Betis. He's only 18 and he's a high potential player, but really his current ability isn't that great. It's not the most emphatic finish you'll ever see in your life. Great flick on header from Diego Costa, and he just tries to poke that one into the side netting, and he finds the bottom corner past Thibaut Courtois. And we take a 1-0 lead in a massive fixture. It would see us go 3 points clear at the top of the table, but keeping in mind, Barcelona do have another game to play. We're going to demand more for the last 10 minutes, just to give everyone some focus. Mendy comes forward now. It's a good tackle from Vitolo. Mendy now with the crossfield switch to Odriozola. Their wing-backs are flying forward. Deep ball towards Eden Hazard, and they've found the equaliser, their 6th goal of the season for him. You could not see it coming, but it was such a slow cross and no one went to him. Keeper didn't come out. It's a good switch across to Odriozola, and he just hangs it up back stick, and Hazard has all the time in the world to put that one back across the goalkeeper. Poor defensively, given that we're against 10 men. Alright, we've got a highlight here again. Nacho with the ball at the back. Cruz out to Mendy. Back to Isco, who's come off the bench. Mendy goes back into Militao. Isco again. Koke recovers the ball, but it falls to Militao. Vitolo recovers in a good spot. Robert could have turned and gone into the corner Instead, we keep the ball. Koke's going to work it out to João Felix. Flicks it on to Grimaldo. Tries a strike from distance, and then Koke with an excellent strike. Hits the base of the post, and then Courtois in the back before going out for a corner. Any late drama here. Corner from Sau. Just wide of the far post. Alright, what other shouts we got left? Not a lot. Courtois with the ball forward now to Isco. We sat very deep at our goal kick. We might try and push that on a little bit more. I know you can do goal kick setups and stuff in this version of the game. I haven't quite looked at it yet. Militao out wide to Mendy. Vitolo recovers the ball very well. Forward now, but it's a poor ball. Ball pinballs around in midfield. Back to Mendy again. Militao out to Mendy. Back to Militao. Crossfield switch to Odriozola. Crossfield switch again. Vitolo's going to recover. Jimenez, poor ball. Hazard's coming into the box, and thankfully he screws the shot just wide. Geez, they're not playing like a team that's down to 10. We're going to use Get Creative for the last 4 minutes of injury time. Can we find a win here? And it just runs through to full time. I miss the drama of actually seeing the kickoff highlight and the end highlight. Like, it's just finishing is way too abrupt. So 1-1 in the end. Robert getting the goal for us in the 71st minute. Hazard getting the equaliser for them for 81. They did spend nearly half an hour with 10 men, so they're obviously a very good team. We had 19 shots, 7 on target, and 43% of the ball in the end. They had 13, 4, and 57. Dressing room, what should we say? You were unlucky tonight? We were a bit unlucky, but it was a good goal. And you'd expect us to do better against 10 men. So it does see us drop down to second spot. We may drop a little bit further depending on what the result is in the Barcelona game. And Athletic Bilbao could also jump above us as well. Atletico Madrid lose top spot. Player of the match goes to Eden Hazard for his equalising goal. Hermosa's picked up a knock, 4 to 5 days he'll be out for, which is a bummer. He'll miss the game against PSG. Lodi's injured, but only for 1 to 2 days, so we should be alright in that respect. Attend the press conference. Definitely an extra incentive for the local lads. Vitolo was not that bad. He did okay. Grimaldo playing as a right wing back. Been evaluating. He's awkward, but it could improve over time. I don't want to put him on a specialised training deal. We just want to try and continue to get through these games. So let's go, and we'll take out Hermoso, give Felipe a start, and we'll put Solano on our right wing back. Solano can play in the Champions League, but we can't actually get him in the League Cup in the League squad because we didn't register him. So it's this weird thing that we've got going on at the moment. Lodi's picked up a knock, so we might start Grimaldo, and we might also start Morata in the Champions League game. I'm just going to give everyone 1 day's rest just to try and get a boost back to their fitness and conditioning. And now, magic editing, we're going to jump forward to the game against PSG. Alright, just like that, we're a couple of days ahead, and we've had a couple of issues throughout the course of the week, mainly defensively, where a few different people have picked up knocks, so it's going to be an entirely different back three. Jimenez picked up a knock, so Herando will come in. Savage has picked up a knock, so he moves to the bench. He's still not fully fit. Mejias will come in as the backup covering defender, and we already knew that Hermoso had picked up that knock in the last game. He's out for a few more days. Felipe will come in on the left-hand side. Grimaldo will switch to left wing back because Renan Lodi's got a knock. Solano will come in, the young Colombian, from the reserve side. He'll play on the right wing back position. Two midfielders will leave the same. João Felix will play. Morata will come in up top, and Robert will come in on the right hand side because Vitolo is struggling for fitness as well. So not ideal, not an ideal lineup. We're definitely playing a rotated formation, but we do still have some quality out there. Like this front kind of four, ignore Robert, but like these guys are still world class, so we should be able to get something out of the game. They, of course, have some phenomenal players. Thiago Silva is absolutely fantastic in this game, despite being 35 years old. Marquinhos is also an exceptional player. He's still only 25. It feels like he's been around forever. Verratti's brilliant. Mbappe's brilliant. Like, check out some of Mbappe's stat lines. 20 acceleration, 20 pace, 19 dribbling, 17 finishing. Still only 20 years old somehow. 18 flair, 19 off the ball. Like, just a phenomenal player. If you can pick him up and you can afford him, then you should absolutely do that. And no Neymar that I can see. I don't know if he's injured. Let's go and have a look, actually. Yeah, he's got a bit of a knock. He's back in 3 days, but they're not risking him for this match, which I guess plays into our favour a little bit. But bringing on Angel Di Maria is not exactly a downgrade. Passionately, media have given you a lot of credit lately, and let's also tell the defence assertively we have faith in them. Just to give them a bit of a boost, a good defensive performance, and we could potentially get a victory here, but it's a good ball in behind to João Felix pretty much immediately. Cuts back to Saul. Back to Koke at the top of the box. He gives the ball away in a bad area to Verratti. Forward comes Di Maria. Their first real incursion. Gets to the byline and Hernando has given a foul. Alright, is it inside or outside the box? And he's going to go look at VAR. I'm pretty sure we've given away a penalty inside the first minute. And Hernando, on his debut, proving that he's not ready for this level of football. Alright, what's he going to give? This is my life now, just watching a VAR guy run around. Penalty? Outside the box, free kick, but still a rash challenge. And now is he going to run all the way over and give a yellow card? And we're going to have to sit here and watch it. Fix it. And has he picked up a yellow? He has. Deep ball across, gets away, but someone, I think it was Thiago Silva, poked it back in, and Marquinhos gets his first goal of the season. Oh, it's not been a good start. Certainly not defensively. First real time we get challenged. Deep ball across, we head it away. Thiago Silva knocks it back in on his left foot. It's going well wide, but Marquinhos, on his toes, smacks that one home. And there was one defender that was laid out that made us look a little bit weak there. Crossfield switch. It's going to get away now. Robert loses out to Bernat. Back to Thiago Silva. Marquinhos now. The press was good. We were in the area. Rico, long ball forward. Mbappe's recovered. Ain't gotten in behind. And he nearly finds the finish. Oblak does very well to push that one around the post. So they're definitely putting us under pressure here. Verratti now with the corner. Away by Felipe. To Mbappe at the top of the box. He gets a strike away. It was going wide. But the deflection took it back. And the highlight ends. Picks up our latest scores. Verratti now. Deep free kick. Icardi. Oh, God. That's really poor. Verratti just waits a deep free kick. Icardi doesn't have a tremendous amount to aim at. And Oblak gets his angles all wrong. And gets beaten at the near post. Yeah, that's pretty poor. And the defensive structure is pretty poor as well. Solano's only young, so he's getting torn apart. Can we try and weather the storm a little bit here and get through to half-time without going any further behind? Does see us drop out of the top 3 spots, and I don't really want to go into the Europa League. Di Maria out. Comes forward, strikes from that wide area. Bit of a shame really, because you would have wondered what happened if we had our full choice 11 available. But I guess it sets up a tasty return fixture for when they come to Madrid, and hopefully we'll have a few more back by then. Munier with the deep ball across, it's headed away, but only to Ander Herrera, who gets a strike away. But he's never really been a goal scorer, so thankfully, game stays true to life. Hernando now, ball out wide to Solano. First real highlight in possession that we've seen. Koke with the ball now. Crossfield switch towards Grimaldo, but it's going to go to Munier. Verratti, Paredes, back to Thiago Silva. Marquinhos, all the way back to Rico in goal. Long ball forward, Herrera's gotten in behind. Hernando, and it's an excellent finish. Did I not just say Ander Herrera is not a natural goal scorer? And we're 3-0 down inside 30 minutes. Second goal of the season for him. It's a lovely chipped finish. Just goes back to the goalkeeper. It's a long ball over the top. Herrera just waltzes through everybody. And I'm pretty sure that's Hernando again, showing that he's just not ready. So I think we might take him off at half-time, given that he's on that yellow card. He nearly gave away a penalty in the first minute, and he's been pretty much walked past every time they've gone forward. Let's just demand more for the last 10 minutes, and hopefully that additional focus means we won't concede any further. Ball back to Bernat. Deep ball across towards Munier, and he gets it towards goal, but thankfully just over the crossbar. Alright, 3-0 down, not great. 14 shots, 6 on target. They've had 2-2, and we've had 2-2 and 41% of the ball. Dressing room, aggressively, let's say, that was absolutely terrible. Let's hook George Ferranda, and let's bring on Stefan Savic, who's not really the best position to actually play out this game. We'll move Majias to the stopper role at the right-hand side. Savic will come in as the covering defender. And who else is struggling? We haven't seen anything out of Alvaro Morata on his first start for the season. So let's take him off as well and bring on Diego Costa. And let's also tactically switch to our attacking shape. We're 3-0 down. Like, what do we got to lose? The way that first half went, if we went out and did the same things in the second, we'll lose 6-0. So we might as well go attacking. Try and pull a goal back or try and give them something difficult to think about. Ball across to Munier. They're not really fussed about the press at the moment. Mbappe with the crossfield switch to Di Maria. He's gotten goal side. Deep ball across towards Mbappe. Grimaldo holds away well. Only as far as Verratti though. Paredes to Marquinhos. Verratti again. Ball out to Mbappe. Crossfield switch. Over to Di Maria. skips past the challenge, gets to the byline and thankfully strikes instead of actually going for goal, and it was well and truly wide. Thiago Silva forward to Bernat, crossfield switch. Mbappe's thankfully not gotten goal side. He goes back inside to Verratti. Back to Paredes at the base midfield, and Herrera works it out wide to Bernat. Ball inside for Di Maria. I thought he was offside there. Are we going to have a look at it, or are we just going to count the goal? Poor defensive structure again. Alright, let's check this one out once the ball's actually played. Out to Bernat. And who's keeping everyone on side? It's Savic. He's late getting out, and it might be because... Oh no, it's Felipe. He's late getting out. And it might just be because he's not played that much football. But we're getting well and truly humbled at the moment. Alright, who's struggling most in terms of match rating? Grimaldo's had a poor game. Let's bring on Renan Lodi. Majias isn't playing that well, but I don't have any fit defenders. Passionate. I have faith in you. Get out there and make the difference. Let's also use our get creative shout. We've come back a little bit statistically, but we haven't really troubled them and their goal. Rico with long ball forward. Solano should tidy up. Goes back to Felipe. It's a poor pass. It's got him facing the wrong way. Goes back to Oblak. Can just play a little one forward to Savic now. Out to Majias. Back to Oblak again. Crossfield switch to Renan Lodi. Meunier wins it back. Saul does well to recover. João Felix now. Crossfield switch towards Robert, who has gotten in behind. Can he find the finish? It's not a bad effort. Diego Costa now. Goes all the way back. Deep ball across towards Saul, and his flick-on header is never really troubling the goalkeeper. Benfica 1-0 up against Istanbul in the other match in this group. It would see us drop down to third spot and go 2 points behind PSG in second. So we'd really be putting ourselves under the pump. Meunier now with the ball forward to Ander Herrera. Herrera squares it across to Verratti. Wide ball across Bernat with the deep one. Oblak should come and claim. If we can get this out quickly, we nearly had a 3v3 there. They've gotten back in time. João Felix might get goal side. Marquinhos tidies up. Felix finds Renan Lodi's overlapping run. Felix back to Saul. Felix again got goal side and gets the strike away, and Rico pushes that one over the crossbar. They're giving him grief there in the commentary. I thought it was pretty much a difficult angle. He did well. Headed away, and that's the end of that highlight. Demand more just for the last few minutes. Just find your focus, boys. 4-0. Disappointing, but we were never going to go through the season unbeaten or anything like that. And we are still trying to figure out the game and the tactic and all that sort of stuff. Passionately, let's aggressively say, far from pleased. Shouldn't lose 4-0 at any point, even though it is PSG away from home. Atletico Madrid suffer heavy loss. Marquinhos got the man of the match rating with an 8.7 after getting the opening goal. And we'll attend the press conference. Game is over. I don't want to discuss it. We'll see what tomorrow brings. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to say whatever. Very frustrating. Definitely humbled in this episode. Let's clear out the team selection. We've got 4 days until our game against Athletic Bilbao, who are sitting in 4th. So let's just give everyone 1 day's training rest. And then hopefully, a few of these guys, Vasalco, how far away is he? 2 to 5 weeks. Trippier's 9 days to 3 weeks. Savic is back to fitness in 1 day. Hermoso's back to fitness in 2 days. Thomas Lamar's back in 4 days. Jimenez is going to be out for 2 to 4 weeks. Disappointing. And Solano, we can potentially send him back down to the B squad, which is where we picked him up from. Alright, looking at the schedule, we've got some big games. Athletic Club, Real Betis and Espanyol will probably do offline. Do we want to come back and do the game against PSG, like our revenge mission? And then maybe Valencia in the league? And then maybe we come back in December and do our last group game. Play Villarreal in Istanbul. Yeah, I think that'll do. So I think we're going to go and play the next 3 games off screen. Come back in the next episode, do our revenge mission against PSG at home. Fingers and toes crossed, we've got a whole bunch of players back then and can put a stronger lineup out there to get back our 4-0 defeat. And then we'll play the game against Valencia in the league and see how we're travelling in that respect. As always though guys, thank you so much for watching. That's the part that I appreciate the most. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to be kept up to date on future videos, but I'm not going to beg you guys to do it. I just appreciate you watching. Throw a like on it if you are enjoying the series so far. If you're enjoying FM20, let me know what saves you're doing in the comment section below. I will respond to every single comment that I get. But as always, I've been Sean. This has been a massive disappointment, but I'll see you guys again in the mixer.